The song Enemy began its life as a lyrical suggestion from my then 5-year-old son, Elliot. We play music together on an almost daily basis when I'm not touring, he on the drums and myself on guitar or piano. And one day he said to me, I want to make a song that goes, I know what it's like to be an enemy. And he was referring to enemies and villains in superhero movies, and I think he wanted to write a heavy metal song. But as soon as he said that, this chord change and melody popped into my head, which was much brighter and poppier. And so I just ducked aside and quickly recorded, I know what it's like to be the enemy. And we moved on because that's not what he had in mind. But I figure, if John Lennon, being one of the greatest lyricists of all time, could take a suggestion from his son in Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, then that's good enough for me. I figure I could take a line from my son and run with, I know what it's like to be an enemy. So I made a quick note of it and moved on. But the melody stuck in my head for a few days, so I ended up returning to it and refining the melody and chords. I wrote a verse to go with it, and it just sort of stayed at the top of the pile in my head of being songs to work on. A few months later, Brett Emmons from the Glorious Sons was at my house, and we were showing each other songs we had been working on, and he gravitated towards this one, and he made a few important lyrical suggestions, namely changing the line in every chorus. So it's, I know what it's like to be the enemy, and then your enemy, and then with the enemy, sort of turning the line on its head as often as possible. He also thought that some of the hookier lyrics, like Sad Child and the 20 Years lines, sort of bared repeating. So we sort of streamlined and simplified the verses. And so Brett made some great lyrical contributions there. From there, I just sort of dressed it up on my own at my home studio, did the demo, playing everything so I could sort of present it to the guys and show what the vision I had for it was. I used early dirgy Oasis, namely their cover of Come On Feel the Noise, which I think is tied with Slade as the definitive version, to sort of guide the instrumentation and presentation of it. So a little Britpop crept in there. And that's the story of Enemy.